It's time to stop entertaining thoughts that are not loving and joyful. The old chapter has served its purpose, and now we are crossing the bridge into a new one, a fresh one, a vital future. Many times you've been questioning maybe how long will it take, how long this transition will take. But it doesn't take long. Actually, it happens in a moment you choose to truly think differently. You're not here to keep replaying the same stories in your mind. The pain, the fears, the doubts. They've all been teachers, but they were never meant to become your identity. You're here to rise beyond them, and I know there's a part of you that is so ready for it. So ready that you're like, I'm not going back. Yeah, this is the part of you to truly follow, because the other part of you is criticizing you and is giving you doubts and all these negative thoughts. And many times people think this is who they truly are, but these are the programs of society. So what you need to do, you need to identify this part of you and notice that it's not truly you. Today, I'm inviting you to make a conscious decision to no longer feed the thoughts that drain your light. Every time you catch yourself spiraling into worry, regret, or self-criticism, remember this. You have the power to redirect your focus. When you redirect your focus, your mind will change. You can choose thoughts that are rooted in love, gratitude, creativity, and expansion. And it's a practice, and when you truly start paying attention to how you think, you notice it's quite of a work. This is not just about some positive thinking, it's about shifting the frequency you live on. When you stop repeating thoughts from the past, you stop recreating the past. And that's when the future, the real one, the one aligned with your soul, can finally begin to unfold. That's when new circumstances can actually find you, because now when you've started focusing on something new, thinking new thoughts will attract new thoughts. You will start seeing new things in your environment, or you will actually start noticing what was already there, but because you've been so focused on lack, you've missed what's already present. It shifts you into a higher frequency immediately. We are moving into a new era of life. The energy on this planet is changing, and you felt it. It's a chapter that is very fresh, vital, and full of possibility. But you cannot step into it carrying the weight of everything that once was. Release the stories that no longer reflect who you are. And sometimes it helps if you write them down. If you write down ideas and stories and beliefs you have around money, fears you have related to money, or health, or relationships, or anything you find lacking or challenging in your life. Notice the limiting stories, because that's what you're leaving behind. Let go of the identities that were built on pain. Your future is not a repetition of your past unless you keep thinking the same thoughts. That's why it's so important to identify them. Because right now, life is offering you a clean slate. Every new thought you choose is a seed. And the garden you plant today will become the reality you walk through tomorrow. It reminds me of the painting process, something you are watching today. I'm an artist, and I often associate these stories with paintings. You see, I get inspired to create an artwork. But then, if I will not start today, I will know tomorrow there will be still an empty canvas. But if I start, I will know tomorrow I just add another layer. And the next day I will add another layer. And the next day another layer. And eventually there's a complete painting. So in life, when we choose to change our thoughts, when we choose to change our focus, when we start today, well, tomorrow we already have some kind of a foundation. Now we already know, okay, I will not be listening my doubts so much anymore. I will not be falling into worry so much anymore. Now I know what to focus on. And if you need affirmations, work with affirmations. If you need meditation, meditate on that. If you need some reflection or talking into a mirror, do that, whatever works for you. Just know that whatever you planned today will become the reality you walk through tomorrow. This is your reminder right now. You're not your past. You're not your mistakes. You're not the heaviness you once carried. You're the consciousness that chooses. And your choices begin in your mind. So I'm inviting you to choose love, to choose joy, to choose the thoughts that pull you forward, that pull you deeper into these energies, into these feelings. And you will know what they are because you know what they are not when you think about lack, when you think about what's missing. You will be surprised how much your life will change when you will actually start noticing what resonates more with love, with joy, with creativity. And you will be pulled deeper into it. Your new radiant future is truly waiting you, and it begins the moment you decide to think differently. So know that you're not your past, you're not your mistakes, you're not the heaviness you once carried. You're the consciousness that chooses, and your choices begin in your mind. So start here, right now as you're listening to my voice, in this present moment where everything is still possible. It doesn't matter how long you've been repeating the same patterns. It doesn't matter how many times you fall back into fear or doubt. It doesn't matter how stuck you feel, because the truth is every single moment is a doorway, and you can choose to walk through it right now. That's the beauty of being human. You're never trapped by who you were. You're only ever one thought away from becoming someone new. And that someone new isn't a stranger. It's you, the real you. The one underneath the layers of conditioning, beneath the survival patterns, beneath the self-protection that once felt necessary. It's the you who remembers that life is meant to be lived with wonder. The you who believes in possibilities. The you who chooses joy not because everything is perfect, but because joy is your natural state and you know how great it feels. It doesn't mean the mind will stop offering you old thoughts when you do the change. It will. That's what minds do. They repeat what's familiar. But you're not your mind. You're the awareness behind it. And awareness has the power to redirect. That is your power. You give direction to your mind. When the thoughts come, like, I'm not enough, or it's too late, or I will never change, or there's something wrong with me, or I don't deserve it, or I'm not worthy of it, you can simply stop, maybe smile a little bit, take a deep breath and say to yourself, that's an old story. It's not who I am anymore. And then choose again. And sometimes if you need affirmations, have them with you. So at those times, you can actually focus on that affirmation and feel it and replace it for the old thought. Choose something that expands you instead of shrinking you. You're training your inner world to align with the future you want to step into. And just like any training, it takes consistency. At first, the old thoughts will feel louder, but with time, the new ones will become second nature. And when they do, you will notice something miraculous. The outer world will start to shift to match them. Because life responds to the energy you hold. The more you think in alignment with love, the more love you will see reflected back. And you will notice that if you can hold a bit more love also for people you had certain troubles with, you will notice these people will change or disappear. That's how it works. The more you think in alignment with abundance, the more opportunities will appear. And it means that you erase thoughts of lack and you invite in or think or study more thoughts that are all about expansion, that are all about noticing, that are all about appreciation. The more you think in alignment with peace, the more peaceful your reality will become. And that's the truth. It's not magic, it's creation. This is how reality has always worked. And now you're remembering that you are truly the creator. So begin to think of your thoughts as seeds. Every one you plant will grow into something. Choose carefully which one you water with your attention. Choose consciously which one you nurture, because the garden of your life a year from now, 5 years from now, is being planted today. And I know you will not be able to catch every thought. You will not be able to change every thought. But there are dominant thoughts. Those are the ones we're repeating longer. Those are beliefs we have. And these beliefs need to be changed because they're reflected in our reality exactly as they are in our minds. So when we lack something, when we don't like something, it's always a story. It's always a belief in our mind that must be identified and reframed, changed into something new. And new thoughts will attract more of thoughts that are equal to this new thought. So higher frequency thoughts will bring to you more higher frequency thoughts, and eventually your frequency will rise. Your job is only to navigate your attention, to navigate your focus towards something that will lift you up. And while you're rising, you will notice everything that was holding you down. So it's similar to reading a new book that explains to you everything that used to bother you. And when you start implementing everything from that book, you notice how much you've actually been limited before. Before you couldn't notice it because you had no words to explain what you feel or what you're going through. But as you've started studying something new that uplifted you, now you can notice what has been holding you down. This is the power of redirection of your mind. It's not bypassing, it's not escaping, it's actually finding greater quality of information, greater quality of thoughts, and studying it, devoting yourself to it until it shapes you into a better you. And that's how you move from your past, and you notice that the past has nothing new to teach you. It has given you wisdom, strength, compassion, but it is not where your power lives, because your power is only here, in this breath, in this thought, in this decision to align with love. And when you do, something extraordinary happens. The future stops feeling like something distant and uncertain. It becomes alive in your heart. You start to feel it calling you, like fresh, vital, full of potential. You feel inspired to walk towards it. It begins to pull you forward, away from everything heavy and stagnant, and into a version of yourself that is lighter, freer, more whole. And you just want to keep going because it feels so great, like you would be surfing a wave. That's how it works. We call it a positive momentum. That is the path you're on right now. You're not always perfectly aligned with it, and you have days where you completely fall off it and you fall into old negative thinking. And then I came into your life and remind you, hey, get back on track, right? Get back on that positive wave. Get back into momentum that is taking you towards where you truly want to go. This is the path you're on. This is the chapter you're writing. And it all begins with this one simple but powerful choice. I no longer entertain thoughts that are not loving and joyful. Write this in the comment section. I no longer entertain thoughts that are not loving and joyful. I am ready to leave behind the old, and I'm choosing a new, fresh, vital future starting now. So now that you understand the power of your thoughts, of your focus, and that you have the authority to choose them. It's time to take this wisdom from theory into practice, because it's not enough to hear this message, right? It's about implementing it. You have to live it, and living it means building new neural pathways, creating new thought patterns. Creating new thought patterns so familiar, so natural that the old ones begin to dissolve on their own. The most powerful way to do this is through daily mental training. Think of it as tending the soil of your inner world. The more consistent you are, the faster things shift. Not just internally, but in your outer reality too. So here's the first thing you will do. I mentioned it before. Catch the old thought or the old belief or the old program. Because throughout your day, you will notice the tone of your thoughts. Or you will feel emotions. Like every time you feel a negative emotion, it means there are negative thoughts. It means you're focused on lack or missing, or you're focused on something negative or something you don't want. You don't need to judge or resist yourself. You don't need to resist these thoughts. Just observe it, because remember, you're the awareness. You're not the thoughts. You think you're the awareness. Just observe it and ask yourself, is this loving? Is this joyful? Does it support the life I want to create? And if the answer is no, pause, take a deep breath, return to yourself and remind yourself, this is an old program. I choose differently now. And then the next thing you will do, you will shift the direction. As I mentioned in today's message, you will shift your attention. Once you recognize a limiting thought, speak a new one out loud or silently in your mind. Even if it feels unreal at first, the key is to interrupt the automatic loop before it gains momentum. So if you have thoughts like, I always mess things up, it can turn into, I'm learning, growing, and becoming wiser with every step. If you have thought, it's too late for me, you can turn it into, the best chapter of my life is still unfolding. Write it in the comment section so people can read them. The best chapter of my life is still unfolding. How many of you feel that? Right? Because it's your choice to see life that way. And I know some of you have a thought, I'm not enough. You can turn it into, I'm worthy, I'm whole, and more than enough just as I am. And see how it makes you feel, and see how you would make different choices in life if you would feel worthy, if you would feel already good enough. Would you improve yourself? Would you work harder on something? Or would you just sabotage yourself and just shut off on you? It doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you're enough to start with whatever calls you. You're good enough to go onto that new journey, or start that new career, or take that new job. You're good enough to start. That's what it means. And yet through time you will get even better. But that's the point. You're getting better and better every single day. And it takes us to deeper reprogramming, which is very important because we need to anchor new beliefs with repetition. Thoughts repeated often become beliefs, and beliefs shape everything. So choose to repeat the ones that open doors instead of closing them, what I've just repeated to you. Here are some powerful affirmations you can begin using today. Speak them out loud every morning, every night, or anytime an old pattern tries to pull you back. With time, they will become the language of your subconscious mind, and your reality will follow. But be very aware. Don't just say these words if beneath these words there are old limiting beliefs. You need to firstly identify limiting beliefs, so then you can know what affirmation can actually reshape this old belief. It's very important to know that. But here are affirmations that will truly help you. I release the past with love and gratitude. It no longer defines me. You release the past with love and gratitude. It no longer defines you. My mind is a fertile ground for thoughts that uplift, expand, and empower me. Your mind is a fertile ground for thoughts that uplift, expand, and empower you. Every thought I choose builds the reality I desire. Every thought you choose builds the reality you desire. I am safe to let go of the old and open to the new. You are safe to let go of the old and open to the new. Joy is my natural state. Love is my default setting. Joy is your natural state. Love is your default setting. I'm worthy of a fresh, vibrant, and fulfilling future. You are worthy of a fresh, vibrant, and fulfilling future. My past prepared me, but it does not limit me. Your past prepared you, but it does not limit you. I'm constantly evolving into the highest expression of myself. You are constantly evolving into the highest expression of yourself. I trust the unfolding of my journey and the intelligence of my soul. You trust the unfolding of your journey and the intelligence of your soul. Every cell of my being is aligning with abundance, peace, and purpose. Every cell of your being is aligning with abundance, peace, and purpose. New opportunities follow to me because I think, feel, and act in alignment with my highest good. New opportunities follow to you because you think, feel, and act in alignment with your highest good. I choose thoughts that support my growth and celebrate my worth. You choose thoughts that support your growth and celebrate your worth. I am free from old patterns. I am creating a life I love, thought by thought, day by day. You are free from old pattern. You are creating a life you love, thought by thought, day by day. There may be a part of you that is still resistant when you say these words at first, but that's completely normal. The old programming doesn't dissolve overnight. It dissolves through consistency. With every repetition, you're laying down new neural pathways. You're literally reshaping your mind to reflect the future you desire. And the day will come sooner than you think when these statements are no longer affirmations. They will simply be truth, and they will feel natural, obvious, undeniable. And when that happens, you will notice that life itself has shifted to match them. So let this be your daily practice. Catch the old, interrupt it, replace it with something expansive, and repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. Because every thought is a choice, and every choice is a vote for the version of you that you are becoming. The old world, the one built on doubt, fear, limitation, has served its purpose. It taught you what you needed to learn, but now it's time to release it. You're stepping into something new, a reality that is vibrant, alive, aligned with the truth of who you truly are, and the bridge to that reality is built one thought at a time, one action at a time. So take a deep breath, smile gently, and declare with every part of your being. You can even write it in the comment section. I am ready for the new. I'm worthy of joy. I am the creator of my reality, and my future begins now. And for a moment, as you're reflecting on that, think about how you live as the creator of your life, how you eat, how you think, how you carry yourself, what clothes you wear, what's your hairstyle, what's your body posture, how you're treating your health, how you're treating people around you, how you're even treating people that hurt you. If you're the creator of your life, if you're in love with life, if you're worthy of joy, just think about it. Let's put this work into action and become that you that you've been dreaming about. Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. And I can promise you, it will change you forever. I will leave you here. I hope you found great value today. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. If you'd like to get a print of it as a reminder of this message, you can go into AttractPassion.com and you will find all of my paintings there. Prints of my art and original paintings. So go and check it out. Thank you so much for your support, and also join our Patreon community for more exclusive content and YouTube membership if you would love to support this channel. Thank you so much. Every single day I bring to you a new message that can help you to focus on what truly matters. And your support means a lot. Till next time, one love.